Hi guys, welcome to Neutral Perspective. In Australia beating Turkey 2-0. But wow. It's just like it feels weird. I always say because we always thought Turkey would beat Australia. We would have, if you ask anyone in the world, before the match happened, they would have predicted Turkey to beat Australia. But Australia just, it was such a strong performance, especially from Metcalf and Irakunda. By the way, congratulations, Irakunda, for being the youngest Australian player to score a goal. So that's a good thing. But I'm surprised. I mean, like, not every day you get to see a team like Australia to people don't consider as a big team beating a middle team like Turkey. The goals, the long ball to Irakunda, oh my god, that goal was just. It went from Australia's half all the way to the Turkish half, and then bam, what a goal. And Metcalf's goal, when people talk about Irakunda's goal, Metcalf's goal outside the box, perfect. It was a good game. I feel like people think, okay, is this a match worth watching? Is this match a match worth watching at a 6 a.m. game in the UK? Yeah, I mean, when the last shot of a World Cup, I would say is Saudi Arabia winning against Argentina in the World Cup last time, 2022. But that goal, those goals were perfect. And you know what? The goalkeeper for Australia, his hands was everywhere, man. He's literally the Australian version of Doc Ock. He has two hands, but it feels like he has 8 hands. One over here, one over here, one over here. That guy was fantastic. The shots Turkey had, and I'm having to save those shots. But it could have been. Some goals. It would have been impossible to save. It was just magnificent. I think this is a tough group because USA won against Paraguay 4-0. Paraguay, you're poor. You're really poor. And at least Turkey gave a fight. At least Turkey gave a better fight than Paraguay. But I think that this is something going to be a struggle because USA is good, but then Turkey, yeah, they lost, but they can get something against Paraguay. I don't think they'll get something against USA. Maybe a draw or a loss. But it just depends on which side they play. Like the side that they lost against Australia versus a side that would learn their mistakes from Saturday's game and get something. The Turkey, it's hard. I mean, outside long range goals are hard to save. So, but I just think that Yeah, it's hard to say those goals, but you can't make this all mistakes. I mean, Irakunda should not have that much of the space. Irakunda should not have that much of space against 4 defenders to score. Metcalf, you can't give Metcalf space. You can't give anyone a time to take a shot and get the goal. You cannot give teams opportunity to break you down. That's what Turkey did. You can have a good attacking players, but I've seen this when you in the World Cup where you have good attacking players, but the defense is the weakest. And I think, yes, England match on Wednesday, but that's going to be a problem with us, I think, with England. Our attack is good, our goal is good. Our defense, man, is shaky. And you know what? People need to learn a lot from this. And people need to learn about these sort of situations. Okay, fine. You are a good team, but you can easily be having a broken defense. You can easily have a defense that's too broken, too weak, and that's what Australia exploited. The long balls, the long range shots. That's what Australia did. Australia just gave it all. You know, if inside the box doesn't work, then that's what's going to work for Australia. That's what's going to get them to the next round. I mean, who knows how their groups will play out, but it's something they need to fix. I mean, look, you've got a good attacking players, but how are they going to fix when USA play against them? How are they going to fix it when Paraguay's going to play against them? And it's something that it's missing. I mean, I think with USA, it's the strongest team in the group. But then again, it's up to how Paraguay is going to get some. Because I guess, I mean, if Turkey, my problem is if Australia and USA wins their next match, then Turkey cannot get top 2. Would rather focus on teams that's gonna give their best, that's gonna give a fight, than just seeing the same old shit. Like, if I'm gonna be having my time watching a football match, I would rather give the positives to the team that gives a fight than the team that's gonna give up. And that's what, you know, the group is. In our groups, I'm concerned with so many teams that you come to the World Cup and you underperform. So, yeah. But I think that if Paraguay gets something and Turkey gets something, then that's going to be a group of death in the last round. Because all teams would have 3 points. But then again, Paraguay does have that minus 4 goal difference. So, yes, thanks guys for watching this video. The next video is the Germany versus Curacao match. Peace. I'm out. Irakunda, you are a beast.